In this video, I'll be discussing some of the differences between the OEM and aftermarket turbo actuators for the OM642 Mercedes, Freightliner, Sprinter, Dodge 3-liter V6 turbo diesel engines. I assume these differences will be the same for these actuators regarding the CRD line of Jeep Grand Cherokees and Liberties, as well as other applications that use these actuators. This is the OEM actuator that my Mercedes Sprinter van came with. It has made in Germany. You can see the Hello logo, the Garrett logo, as well as the part number. You can also tell that the plastic is slightly textured from the mold. The aftermarket one, you can tell is very smooth. The Hello logo doesn't look correct. It's a little thinner. It's missing several other logos, as you can tell when I put them up next to each other. The differences are definitely there. Also, the pins look a little different. They look more shiny and silver on the aftermarket one. From the sides, they look pretty similar. The actuator arm does not have this little detent, it looks like. Again, some small differences. This one has this casting, a dab of blue Loctite on the actuator arm. Some obvious differences there. Now, if you've seen my other videos, this bottom one you'll recognize is the one that I've already taken apart and diagnosed as the only possible thing could have been the amount of play. Now, when I received this one, it had a similar amount of play but functioned just fine. Now, you'll probably wonder why the one I replaced it with is out. Well, we just had several overboosting codes as well as a lack of performance and what seemed to be limp mode without a check engine light. We ended up taking it out to see what the problem was. Now, with these apart, you can tell there are some very obvious differences. Yes, the top one, the aftermarket one, did work from about last June to now. As you can tell, what failed on the replacement one is that the wheel itself is cracked, melted, and pretty much destroyed itself. On this, there's no such issue. You can tell on this wheel, there are several differences. The part numbers on the motor are different. The main thing that I noticed, here's the soldering and all the connections on the OEM one. Here are the solder joints and everything on the aftermarket. As you can tell, those are not the same quality solders. There's also several other differences.